Welcome to Worldwide Business. I'm Kathy Ireland. In today's competitive marketplace, it's important for an enterprise to define and improve their workflow in order to achieve and sustain optimal performance levels. Business Enterprise Mapping has a unique approach to business process improvement. Partners Joe Bockerstette and Don James are here to talk about their method. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hi, Kathy. Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you very much for having us on board.
Well, Joe, can you please describe the challenges that organizations face in regard to workflow?
Yeah, the primary challenge that we see in organizations today is the inability to execute to leaders' intentions. That can express itself in dissatisfied customers, long lead times, high costs, unhappy employees, and the fundamental underpinnings to that is a lack of control of workflow.
And Don, will you please highlight how business enterprise mapping is empowering companies with a competitive advantage?
Yeah, we strongly believe that the subject matter experts are already within the business. What we do is work with them and we provide them the tools, the method, the Paragon method, and really the education necessary to help define their processes, sustain them, and continuously improve those processes. That's basically what we do.
For many businesses, inefficient workflows can cripple productivity and drag down profitability. Lurking behind these inefficiencies are broken business processes that hide valuable improvement opportunities. For Summit Mining International's Mike Bunch and Craig Patrick, Business Enterprise Mapping's partnership was critical to the viability of their Bolivian mine, Minera San Cristobal.
So we began with Business Enterprise Mapping back in August of 2008. They came in and did an analysis and they said, well, it looks like you're firefighting. And I said, well, that's typical of a new project. You're always doing the firefighting. And we wanted control of our business. So we put them to work. And basically what they did, they came in and they taught our guys how to fish. All right. So it's not a typical consulting firm that comes in and points out everything that's wrong and then they ask you for $1 million a month so they can implement it. These guys come in and they teach our guys how to do process mapping.
Culture, the old definition of culture, which I still like to use today, is defined as how we get things done around here. And when you talk about how we get things done around here, processes, that's how we get things done around here. If you have efficient processes, you're going to have an efficient operation, you're going to have a profitable operation. So when we brought in the business enterprise mapping folks, we really were strengthening not only just our organizational culture and reinforcing that culture through the processes, but also we're operating more effectively, more efficiently. We're also bringing some consistency to the way people are getting work done in the operation. And that was very, very valuable to us, has been.
Joe, please tell us more about business enterprise mapping and what do you do for your clients?
Well, so we partner with client employees to define, improve, align, and deploy new workflows. We leave them with a business management system in place that not only creates short-term results, but also creates lasting performance improvement.
Don, can you please tell us what uniquely sets business enterprise mapping apart from other process improvement consulting firms?
I think one of the main successes of our business is we've been doing it for over 25 years. This is really our core competency. We've seen a lot of opportunity over those 25 years, seen a lot of problems, and we've seen a lot of solutions. Unlike some initiatives that we see that come and go, we really educate the people to follow those processes. They're sustainable and they're continuously improved.
For Passport Health and CEO Dave Tedesco, partnering with BEM has been transformative.
So it's been an interesting relationship overall. We've been working with Business Enterprise Mapping for about 2.5 years now, over 2 separate engagements. The first time they came in to help us out, they gave us a lot of quality advice. Our company was going through an extreme growth phase at that point in time. And though we listened and it was useful, we didn't actually apply in our business as well as we could have. As the business continued to grow and our business processes became ever more strained, it became more difficult for us to operate the business in an optimal way. And we asked Business Enterprise Mapping to come back and take another look. A lot of their recommendations were the same as the first time around. It really helped us, though, to hear about them a second time and have an opportunity to think about them in a new context and implement them in our business.
And Dawn, please tell us how long it typically takes for companies to see results.
Well, the program itself is designed to produce results as it's being deployed, but typically 30 to 90 days is quite common. And what we do during that period as we're developing and working with the client, we uncover opportunities. We have a saying, a red cloud, which is we've identified an opportunity. And believe it or not, 50% of these can actually be solved within that 30 to 90 day time frame. So
that's extraordinary. As we close, Joe, will you please share your recommended first steps for viewers interested in working with business enterprise mapping?
Absolutely. So we typically begin the relationship with a senior leadership meeting where we talk about their goals, their objectives, what their problems and opportunities are, and where they think the likely source of the challenge will be. We craft what we call a roadmap out of that discussion, and the idea behind a roadmap is we want to frame that puzzle that I referred to earlier, where we're understanding what business systems are in place in the organization, what business processes exist inside those systems, and how we might structure in efforts to go solve that problem.
Well, Joe, Dawn, it sounds like business enterprise mapping has a long and successful history of transforming companies to rapidly deliver improved and sustainable performance. Congratulations, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
thanks again for inviting us. Thank you.
It's been terrific.
Thank you. For Worldwide Business, I'm Kathy Ireland. Thank you for watching.